The road to baseball heaven makes its stop in Salt Lake City, and it pulls up to home plate at Smith's Ballpark, where today the Utah Utes look for a little midweek revenge against their in-state rival, the Utah Tech Trailblazers. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Justin Adams. As always, thank you so much for joining us on the Pac-12 Network. Well, what a fantastic season it has been for the Utah Utes. They currently have 31 wins, which is tied for the third most in program history. But they had a little hiccup last Tuesday when they made their stop to St. George, Utah, and they took on Utah Tech. Everything started out well for the Utes early on as they hit 3 doubles in the top of the first inning and led 2-0. But then in the bottom of the first, the wheels started to fall off. Utah Tech scored 3 runs of their own, and they also had 6 home runs in that game, including 3 from Hunter Katschke. He finished with 5 RBIs on the afternoon as Utah Tech was able to upset the Utes by a final score of 11-8. So today, Utah, they're going to look for some help with their bats, and one of the guys they will look to is Kai Roberts, who had a strong series against Arizona, going 6 of 13 with a home run and also 3 RBIs. He also had 4 hits, including 2 doubles on Sunday. He'll be an eye to keep an eye on and a huge bat in the lineup for the Utes today. So in the final home game of the season for the Utah Utes, will they go home happy with a home victory, or will it be the Trailblazers going on the road and getting another upset against their in-state rival? Come back to the Pac-12 Network and find out as the first pitch and starting lineups are coming up next. Pac-12 baseball is presented by Rawlings. Champions choose Rawlings. Beautiful look in Salt Lake City. 74 degrees outside. Couldn't be any better to play some baseball in April. Here, Justin Adams with you, so you can take a look at that. Again, not too windy, 11 miles per hour. It was on the field before the game, and you could barely feel the wind, and it's just blue skies everywhere. Again, a perfect afternoon for baseball. Got a couple of fans in the stands. Some who are more interested in the game, some who are more interested on probably social media to get the game started. But it is a fantastic opportunity to be able to play baseball on a Tuesday, midweek game, as Utah Tech looking to pull off another upset against the Utah Utes. Utah Tech comes into this game with a 13-39 record overall. On the opposite side for Utah, they come in with a 31-18 record, currently sitting tied for third place in the Pac-12 standings. With that, let's take a look at the lineup of Utah Tech as Coach Phaeton-Hauer will put this out. We have Kyle McDaniel, Hunter Katschke. Keep an eye on that guy. He hit 3 home runs against the Utes last week. Aaron Perez, Hank Dotson, Garrett Cutting, Chase Rodriguez, Ethan Royal, Connor Talixon, as well as Petey Soto Jr. Starting on a bump today for the Utah Utes will be Jaden Harris. As Harris will be the starter, 4-1 record, 6.62 ERA. Had a little bit of a tough go the last time that he pitched. Actually, he was roughed up a bit when he was taking on Utah Tech, but is a guy who has a lot of different pitches that he's able to throw at his disposal. 4-pitch guy. His main thing is to keep them all down. All the home runs that he gives up were right in the middle of the plate. And that's one thing that he's definitely been talked about today. He has a fastball, curveball, changeup. He's the type of guy who needs to stay ahead and also keep that ball down in the strike zone. Taking a look at Utah's defense, you see Roberts, Clarkson, Webster on the right side, DeJourno, Harris, the pitcher, Attillion behind the plate, Flaherty, Jackson, and Bodley will round out the defense for the Utes. So we're getting ready to roll here. Smith's Ballpark, the Utah Utes come up with white jerseys, white tops, white bottoms, red numbering and black outlining. On the opposite side for Utah Tech, the Trailblazers will be in their gray tops, gray bottoms, red numbering as well. You take a look at Kyle McDaniel, who will lead things off. This series is tied at 3 games apiece. Not something that you usually see when you see these two non-conference teams play against one another.
last time they played, again, was a week ago. That's where Utah Tech was able to go and win this one. But now the Utes, they're excited for this midweek rematch. And they say one of the main things for them is just to keep the game simple. They want to really go and win this game, understanding that they have a really important series coming up as they will take on USC, which will start on Friday. And then after that, they'll go to the Pac-12 tournament. So it looks like everybody's ready to roll, and they are. And here we go as we get started here in Salt Lake City. On the line for the Utah Utes, an opportunity to claim sole position of third all-time in wins. They get their 32nd today. And the first pitch from the righty. It's high for ball one. Kyle McDaniel, as you see right there, 5 for 12 in his last 3 games. Pretty hot bat in this lineup. A guy who can really hit the ball very well. Coach Phaetonhauer really likes him as that one goes low. And it's 2-0. Final road game of the year for Utah Tech. They've struggled a little bit batting-wise. They have the lowest batted average in the Western Athletic Conference. Just hitting 246 rather. That was inside, and they start this one at 3-0. One of the main things was just to get ahead of the hitters. And so far, Harris struggling a little bit there. 3-0 pitch, taking it all the way in there for a strike.
Good rhythm right here.
3-1 pitch on the way. That is in on the outside part of the plate for 3-2, and the count will run full. Looks like a little of the early jitters in this game started to get ironed out a bit. Jaden Harris, a junior, starting to lock in. Payoff pitch. Misses outside. First batter of the day gets aboard via a walk. Definitely not something that Harris wanted to do, and for Harris, that's his 22nd walk that he has given up this season. So with that, you bring up Hunter Katchke, who only hit 3 home runs the last time he was playing up against Utah. Has 12 on the year, 32 RBI, very impressive this season. And those 12 home runs lead the way for Utah Tech. Actually, he's the only player in double figures with home runs. So right on right matchup, the pitch. Low. 1-0. So again, another batter that Harris has been able to go and get ahead of. That's low, throw back to first, and sliding back in time will be McDaniel. Two things hurt you in a game of baseball: walks and bad defense. So far, it's just hitters count, and that's outside too, and now it's 3-0. You walk the first guy, Kyle McDaniel. Hunter Katchke, you try to be careful with him and his 12 home runs. But you also want to go and get the ball over the plate. McDaniel with a short lead at first. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. That's a fastball. 3-1. Katchke, dangerous bat in the lineup. A hitter's count, 3-1. Here it comes. Swings on that one and fouls it away. Count full, 3-2.
One after the other. Let's go, babe. Expect the ball. Play catch for him right here. Go get the glove.
One more for Katchke, the junior. Payoff pitch. And this one will be fouled right at the plate. We'll do it all over again. Katchke, by the way, comes to Utah Tech as a transfer from UNLV. Also played at College of Southern Nevada. Las Vegas native. Has been on a tear. Hit 3 home runs against Utah last week. Payoff pitch, top of the first, runner goes, and this will be fouled away. So Kyle McDaniel will return back to first. And this will be his 7th pitch. He's going to look at his 8th pitch coming up. Okay, Utah Tech, not a team that's really the best offensively. They average around 4.5 runs a game. But they do take advantage of opportunities, especially like this. Man on first. Stays this time, the pitch. And this was going to be lined to first. It gets right past a diving DiGiorno. And that's going to be a double. Slide it in safely. And now you're going to have runners on second and third with nobody out. As you see, just Hunter just stay in, inside out swing, able to go and aim to the right side and get it past the diving DiGiorno, and there's not much that young man can do. And so now you have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out at the top of the first. So for Roberts, that's his, rather for Katchke, that's his 11th double of the year. Now you got to buckle down with Aaron Perez up. The first baseman takes a look at another pitch low. So 3 batters so far. All of them started off with a pitch outside of the strike zone. Perez 2 for 4, had a solo shot against Utah just a week ago. The wind was blowing a lot in that game as well. The pitch, that's inside too. See Matt Flaherty come and just have a little bit of a conversation, just telling his pitcher to slow down a little bit, calm down. And sometimes that's the best thing to do right now. When your pitcher is struggling early on, just say, hey, look, we got you back here, throw it over the plate, we'll take care of you. Just make sure you slow down, get the ball over the plate, and we'll be there in order to go and get the ball. So after the meeting of the minds on the mound, Perez steps into the batter's box, hits for the left side. Transfer from Cal State Bakersfield. The 2-0. Hit right up the middle, off the mound. It's going to be scooped up. And now being out at first, but a run will come around to score as Kyle McDaniel will score on the RBI from Aaron Perez. Katchke will go over to third base. And Utah Tech leads 1-0. Well, again, it's just something simple. Off the mound, able to go and make a play was Cord Jackson. And the Trailblazers go up 1-0. What that brings up a huge hit right up the middle, but right there able to go and nab that one will be Kai Roberts. Tag it up and going home, and scoring standing up will be Hunter Katchke. Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back putouts, but also back-to-back RBI putouts as Hank Dotson will go and get another RBI and just sitting on that fastball. And he's able to go and nab that one. So it'll be 2 outs. Nobody on, but the Trailblazers lead 2-0. Now it brings up Garrett Cutting. Cutting with 4 home runs this year, swings on the first pitch and lines it up the middle. That'll be a base knock. So another hit for Utah Tech. Actually, that'll be their first hit of the day. Make that their second hit. And already warming up in the Utah bullpen. Taking a look as the Utes have a player already warming up so far. We're just in the Top of the first. And that's Peyton Ritzke. So you have Peyton Ritzke, the freshman, starting to warm up as the Trailblazers are up 2-0. And a pitch, that's in there for a strike. First time this day that has been a first pitch strike, as that's Chase Rodriguez. And throwing back to first, slide it back in safely is Garrett Cuddy. Two runs already home in the top of the first. Trailblazers looking for more with 2 outs. That one's a little high for ball 1. Well, this game is a makeup game that was originally scheduled on the 26th, was postponed due to weather. So far, Utah Tech continuing their hot streak against the Utes. Look at the bunt, got the bunt down, but not in play. And that'll be a strike on Chase Rodriguez. Game started innocently enough. Kyle McDaniel was able to get aboard via a walk. And then Hunter Katchke on a payoff pitch, lined a double to right. Then Aaron Perez on a simple 6-3 put out. Brought home McDaniel, and Katchke scored on a flyout. So that's our score, 2-0, and a high fastball. Even up at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, trying to calm himself down. The 24th pitch of the first inning. Here it comes, and that's going to be lined just foul. A little bit of a looper. Coming up will be the 6th pitch from Jaden Harris. Right on left matchup. The pitch. That's high. And quickly throw it back to first. Just slide it back in time. We'll be cutting. And another full count. The 7th pitch at this at bat. And you just see just a rocket arm throw it right back as Hunter Tillion trying to go and pick off the runner at first. Trying to close the door on the top of the first. 2 down. The payoff pitch. Fouled away. Well, one of the things that you see in talking with the managers that you see with a game like this is when you have the midweek game, usually you just go to your bullpen. And Jaden Harris was one of the guys who started this season actually in the rotation. Went to the bullpen, though, later on in the year. But here's his pitch, and that's fouled away yet again. So staying alive is Chase Rodriguez. Rodriguez doing a great job seeing 8 pitches. He's the utility guy. A senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Went to Spring Valley High School. Looking to put some more points on the board as he hits this one high and deep to right. And if this one's fair, it is gone. And it is just foul. My goodness. By the skin of your teeth. Rodriguez got in front of that one and launched it just a little bit early. And he knew it too. Well, you just dust it off, say it's a long foul. And here's your payoff pitch once again, the 3-2. That's fouled. And so the 29th pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if after this inning, this is the only time that we see Jaden Harris. 29 pitches. You see it there on your screen. Has struggled a bit in the first inning. Looking for some help. Sometimes that mound can be a lonely place. Trying to get out. We're only giving up 2 runs. The pitch This is popped up. It is playable. Drifting back is Core Jackson. He'll call off everybody, and he'll grab that one, and that would end the side. But Utah Tech is able to go and get 2 runs at the top of the first. As we go to the bottom of the first, our score, Utah Tech 2, Utes coming up. A week ago when these two teams played, it was Utah getting off to a fast start, leading 2-0 after the top of the first. And then in the bottom of the first, it was Utah Tech that was able to go and score 3 runs. Well, hopefully, we will go and see a reverse this time around as Utah Tech in the top half of the first scored 2 runs, and they now lead 2-0. And let's take a look at the Utes lineup. Core Jackson will lead the way. Kai Roberts will be second. And you taking a look at those 2 guys. They are number 3 and number 4 in the Pac-12 when it comes to batting average. DeJourno, Clarkson, Bodley, Carpenter, Attillion, Flaherty, and Webster round out the starting lineup. On the bump for the Trailblazers will be Ty Decker, as you see, comes in with a 1-5 record, 8.70 ERA. He's a guy who has a lot of good stuff in his arsenal. Talking with his head coach, had nothing but great things to say about this young man. Will come with 4 pitches, and the first was going to be lined up the middle, and that's exactly the way that Utah wants to get things rolling as they get a CNI single up the middle. Let's take a look at Utah Tech's defense. Rodriguez, Katchke, Royal in the outfield. On the left side, Soto Jr., McDaniel. On the right side, Cutting, Perez, and Townsend will be behind the plate. 1 pitch, base hit, and quickly back to first. The throw goes from Kai Decker. One of the things that Utah will do is they will run. Another quick throw back to first. And it's one of the things that they really focus on this year. Say, hey, we just want to go and put pressure on guys. Let's take a look and try to bunt down, and just missing that one in is Kai Roberts. Couldn't get that one in play. Roberts with a 4.8 batting average at home has done fantastic this year. Overall this year for Roberts, batting .364. He's played in all 49 games so far this year. 7 home runs, as that one's in for a strike. He will strike out a bit as well. He has 37 strikeouts, which leads the starters today. See what type of defensive swing he has. Another quick throw back to first. So one of the main things is just to keep the pressure on, and that's looking exactly what they want to do. The 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be lined. Could be 2. 1 at second, throw at first, not in time. So nice play there initially by Petey Soto Jr. in order to scoop that one up and get the lead runner. And on the fielder's choice, Kai Roberts will sit at first. But one of the main things you want to do is you just want to go and put it in play. Great job by Petey Soto Jr. just to be able to get the rocket, get the ball up to first. And now with the lefty up, you see the infield move a little bit. Take a look at how the dimensions look with Drake DeJourno up. We'll show you that in a bit. The first pitch is going to be lined to the left side, and it gets through. How about that, huh? DeJourno with the base hit. Stopping at second will be Core Jackson. Check that. It's going to be Kai Roberts that was stopped at second. But you do have 2 guys on with 1 out. And just an easy swing by Drake DeJourno. And you have 2 runners on with 1 out, down 2-0. And for DeJourno, he's a guy who's just below 300. That one might get him over 300. That's his 56th hit of the year. Now with 2 guys out, you're looking at TJ Clarkson, who swings and misses. Actually, he fouls off the first one. Trying to get after Kai Decker As Clarkson, you see he had a pretty good day. 1 for 5, but that one hit, 2-run home run. 2 guys on. The pitch. Outside. 1-1. Next pitch is fouled away. Right, almost to the press box. Just missed there. We're pretty close to that one, don't you think? 1 ball, 2 strikes. TJ Clarkson, take a look. When the Utes win, you can pretty much say it's because of his bat. Hitting .310, but when they lose, only hitting .203. Currently down by 2 with 2 guys on. The pitch, that's high, double steal. Nobody was there at second. That ball's going to go all the way to center field. Easily going to score will be Kai Roberts, and that will be on the error. And the Utes get on top, or get on board, rather. And that's one of the things that you have to keep an eye on, is that it's just communication. As Connor Talixon threw the ball to second, the right thing to do, but nobody there was covering. Soto Jr. wasn't there, neither was Garrett Cutting. So that's going to be a throwing error. That will be on, we'll get you that exactly what that'll be on in a bit. Still looking to get exactly who that error will be charged to. But in any case, it's a 2-1 game. And now you can make this one 2-2 as this one's hitting the gap, and going to run for days will be TJ Clarkson, who'll stop at second base on the RBI double, and we're tied at 2 apiece. Coming around to score is Drake DiGiorno. And Clarkson standing at second base. And for Clarkson, that is just his 9th double of the year. That's his 48th RBI. And just staying calm and composed, hit that fastball all the way to the wall. Now he stands at second base, still 1 out. As the next pitch, that one's going to be hit, but looks to be a liner right at the center fielder. And able to go and get that one is Chase Rodriguez. 2nd out of the inning on the put out. On the hit from Carson Bottom. So with that, it brings up Caden Carpenter. Carpenter this year hitting .262. Has 4 home runs and also 22 RBI. And Carpenter might have had one of the hardest hits you will ever see in a game. Hit one 450 feet. Did that one against Arizona. That thing was smoked. Had a chance to talk to Carpenter about that play in particular. And he was just saying, look, after the first pitch, it was a fastball, and it was a guy who doesn't double up with fastballs, so I knew a slider was coming, and I didn't miss. And not missing there was that fastball on the outside part of the plate, and it evens up the count at 1 apiece. Carpenter, just a senior, when I talked to him, looks like a grown man out there. The pitch. And misses outside with the fastball. 2-1. Carpenter looking to put the Utes ahead. And hit someone down the line. Buzzes his way foul. And let's talk about that home run, shall we? Carpenter said he hit that one, didn't miss it, and he knew it was gone the moment. It was not the moment that he hit it. The moment the pitch was thrown, he said he knew it was gone. 450 feet, and that one actually hit out of the stadium. We're looking to do the same thing here. 2-2 count, man on second. Utes already with 2 around at the bottom of the 1st. And check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that will retire the side. So Utah ties up the game at 2 apiece after they go and get a couple of hits. And as we go to the top of the second, we're all tied at 2. Well, one of the greatest parts of playing in college is senior day. And last chance for you to be able to go and be out on the field with your brothers at home. And we saw that on Saturday as the 9 seniors for the Utah Utes were honored during senior day as they were taking on Arizona. As you see a couple of guys just tearing up a bit, being there with their families. Such a great opportunity as you see the 9 seniors. Bryson Van Sickle, Brewer Webster, TJ Clarkson, Hunter Attillion, Kai Roberts, Carson Bodley, Ernesto Lugo-Canchola, Brandon Hostert, as well as Brett Porthen. So great to see those guys to be able to be honored on senior day. Unfortunately, they didn't get a win against Arizona, but they still are in the meat of the Pac-12. We'll be going to the Pac-12 tournament. Currently tied at 3rd place. As we take you back, tied up at 2 apiece in this one. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Jaden Harris out there for a 2nd inning of work. Had a rough outing in the 1st inning. Just couldn't get ahead of hitters. As this one will be a chopper, scooped up at 3rd, a rocket arm over the 1st, and that will retire Ethan Royal. Nice there play there by Matt Flaherty to get things started off in the top half of the 2nd. And now that will bring up Connor Tallickson. Not a guy who's hitting the ball very well with a 143 average. Just 1 home run and 4 RBI, but he's a guy who's been fighting his behind off. And you can see him hit the first pitch. That's just going to be scooped up at 1st and taking it over. Louis DiGiorno, 2 up, 2 down. Good start there for the Utes. So it sounds like everything's just starting to calm down a little bit after the 1st inning. You got that opening inning jitters. Looks like Harris is just starting to play in his own way. Let's take a look at Gary Henderson. 3rd season on the job with the Utah Utes. A fantastic home record so far this year. As the first pitch in there, looks like a curveball in there for a strike. 14-8 at home. One of the main reasons why the Utes have been doing so well so far. It's not only that, though, they played very well on the road, too. The 0-1 pitch fouled away. And that's Petey Soto Jr. who's up. 9th man in the lineup. Soto Jr. with a 250 average. Just a young pup, a freshman. But a young man with a great future ahead of him. As Chris Phaetonhauer, the skipper for Utah Tech, says as that pitch goes high. And Chris Phaetonhauer, a young man that has coached pretty much everywhere but the majors. Coached college, Las Vegas, California. Got a couple of opportunities in college. And taking advantage as that one goes foul. But you take a look at a guy like Petey Soto Jr. and one of the main things is just the building blocks that you have for your program. Just a young guy who's able to do so on the right side. From St. George, Utah, the pitch. That was going to be hit hard, scooped up in the hole. The throw over to 1st is in time. What a play by Cord Jackson in order to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, and as we go to the bottom of the 2nd, an impressive play by Jackson to take us to break. Gary Henderson liking things right now. Game tied up at 2 apiece. It saw a spectacular play by Cord Jackson in order to retire the side, going deep into the hole, able to go backhanded and throw the ball across the diamond, 1 hop, and retire Petey Soto Jr. So with that, Utah comes up with a score tied at 2 apiece. Brings up Hunter Attillion in the first pitch way outside for ball 1. Still on the bump, Kai Deckard. Deckard gave up 3 hits in the top half, better than the bottom half of the first. That was fouled off to right, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. Attillion hitting safely in 19 of his last 21 games. Just a consistent bat in the lineup, and another guy who's hitting over 300. Lifts this one to right. Looks to be in foul territory, giving chase and running out of real estate. There's Hunter Katschke. Not a big crowd in the stands, so I see a couple of kids that are running around, and they have glove in hand. They are looking for every foul ball they could find. Trying to track those things down. No men on the 1-2 pitch. That's popped up to right, and Katschke should be able to go and get to this one. Camp under it, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So that brings up Matt Flaherty. Flaherty batting .265. This is also his 23rd start of the year. So Flaherty getting a chance to be in the lineup. Matt Flaherty with 4 home runs, 18 RBI, has not hit a triple yet this season. And look at the first pitch outside for ball 1. Gets Utah Tech. He was one of the Utes who was able to hit a home run. Tried to get the comeback started just a little bit too late in St. George, Utah. That off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. The dimensions here at Smith's Ballpark: 345 out and left, 420 at dead center, and 315 in right. 1-1 low, 2-1. Good eye just to not chase after that one, as you see Kai Deckard again. One of the guys that Chris Phaetonhauer, the manager for Utah Tech, as this was going to be a chopper, should be an easy play, will do. Throw over to first, and that will be the second out of the inning, as Brewer Webster is able to retire, excuse me, as Garrett Cunning, rather, able to retire the batter. 4-3 put out, and now here comes Brewer Webster, the 9th man in the lineup for the Utes. It looks like both pitchers have really slowed down and settled down after the first inning. They were a little bit erratic. First baseman coming in a little bit for Utah Tech, and that first pitch is outside. Aaron Perez coming in a bit. Webster, an old school hitter, no gloves needed. Now one's inside, 2-0. And that one in there for a strike, make it 2-1. Brewer Webster, a 5'8" senior from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Comes here via transfer from Salt Lake Community College, as he slaps this one foul to left, right to the stands. Now there's nobody there. Now I've seen kids running around trying to get foul balls. It would be very interesting to see if there's any kids that's going to try to make their way over there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First 2 men were put out. Trying to keep things going, and that's the slapper right at the plate. Fair ball, easy play for Carter Townsend, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, and as we go to the top of the 3rd, we're still tied at 2. Kids are here at the ballpark looking to go and get some foul balls, and there's plenty of them today. They're also getting a look at a really good game so far. 2-2's our score as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. And we also have a new pitcher in, Peyton Ritzke in. And this will be his 7th appearance this season. 1-0 record, 7.71 ERA, 7 innings, has struck out 6 batters. Has walked 5, and see the opposition is hitting .308 against him. It's going to be that type of day today. You're going to see a lot of different pitchers, and one of the main reasons why is because this is a midweek game. You don't want to use up all of your arms, so you're trying to keep as many of them going and healthy as possible. So as we get started off at the top of the third, we go to the top of the lineup. As Peyton Risky ready to dish to Kyle McDaniel, who slaps this one opposite field for a leadoff single. So McDaniel, the second time today that he's brought aboard, and Peyton Risky, the son of former Major League Baseball pitcher David Risky. So he has pitching in his bloodline. His dad played for Cleveland, Milwaukee, Kansas City, the White Sox, and the Red Sox. Now he's looking to buckle down a bit, a right-on-right matchup with Hunter Katchke up, and an off-speed pitch. Good pitch there for strike one. Katchke with a double to right his first time up. As a man on. Takes a look at that one, a quick throw back to first. And Hunter Tillion trying to go and pick off McDaniel. By the way, that was a strike. Staring down 0-2 is Hunter Katchke. And Katchke, 3 home runs the first time around against Utah last week. One of the main reasons why the wind was blowing a lot in the outfield. The 0-2 pitch, off speed, the strikeout, and throwing back to first, getting back in time is Kyle McDaniel. But the first strikeout of the day for the pitching staff of Utah. And just a off-speed pitch, not able to go and get on that one, and great job in order to strike out the dangerous Katchke. So with one down, that brings up Aaron Perez. First pitch is low. Perez the first time. Out in the ground out. But did go and play the run. The RBI ground out. It was one of the 2 runs in the top of the first. Now going at first, the pitch swung on and missed. Throw to second, and it is out at second base. Oh, what a tag. Beautiful tag by Corey Jackson, and what a throw by Hunter Tillion. An off-speed pitch, a Tillion with a nice throw, and able to go and get the foot of Kyle McDaniel. Let's take a look at another tag, and right there at the end, if we could take another look, we can take one more look. And the pitch, that's low. Take a look at the tag, though, by Jackson, right on the foot. Bang, right there. And that's where McDaniel was out. So now you have 2 outs. That pitch. Low, 3-1. Perez officially 0 for 1. Does have that RBI. Nobody on. Infield and outfield in normal depth. The pitch, and that's low. He'll get to first base via a walk. And for Peyton Risky, guy that doesn't walk a lot, that's his 6th walk of the year. So now 1 man aboard, that brings up Hank Dotson. Batting from the right side with a man on. 2-2's our score. 2 outs. There's a strike right there. Hank Dotson, sacrifice fly in the first. Was able to go and bring home Hunter Katchke. Not too much ever since then. As that pitch just misses inside for 1-1. Dotson, a senior from Summerfield, North Carolina. Takes a look at this pitch and nubs this one. Going to be an easy play for Peyton Ritzke. Shovels it off to first, and that will retire the side. Well, the man was able to get aboard via a walk, but the Trailblazers weren't able to do anything with it. As we go to the bottom of the third, we're still tied at 2. 2-2 is our scores. We continue on in the bottom of the third inning. Justin Adams with you here at Smith's Ballpark, Salt Lake City, as Utah Utes take it on Utah Tech. And with that, let's welcome in the skipper of the Utah Utes, Gary Henderson. And Skip, got to talk about that first inning. I know it was a little bit tough when you were looking from the dugout at the way that Kai Decker was struggling a little bit. What did you say to him in order for him to slow down?
Well, I didn't say anything to Kai, but I did talk to Jaden Harris. And what we're trying to do there is do the absolute basics. Take a deep breath, relax your body, have a really good idea about what you want to do, get to some balance and rhythm with the delivery and attack location. Obviously, the second inning much better for Jaden. Happy to have him go out on a good note and get Peyton Ritzke in the ball game and give him an opportunity.
Well, when you see Jaden Harris, excuse me for that, Coach, when you see Jaden Harris, just the way that he was able to settle down after that first, as we see a single to the right, just to be able to see the way that he was able to settle down. One of the things that we did talk about before this was that you just wanted to see good pitching and also see the ball get over the plate, get ahead of batters. How were you able to go and encourage him in order to get that done?
Oh, you encourage him directly, Justin. You know, just the absolute basic, no real, nothing super unique or anything like that. Just get him to understand the basic fundamentals, get him to slow his heart rate down so he can get his breathing under control and release the tension in his body. Those, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's really everything when you're on the mound. If you can do that in a relaxed state with an aggressive state of mind, then you got a chance to do something. And when kids aren't doing that, for the most part, they're tense, they're tight, they're hopeful, wishful, you know, all those types of descriptive adjectives that don't lead to success. And so what we're looking for is to get him on an aggressive mindset with a relaxed body and an aggressive approach to throwing strikes. And I thought the second inning was much better than the first.
You have two fantastic hitters at the top of your lineup in Cord Jackson and Kai Roberts. What do you like about their approach to the plate that has made them so successful this season?
Well, I think for the most part, you know, it's Cor's first year with us here, and he's progressed and improved dramatically from the fall, so we're really happy to see his improvement. I think Kai Roberts has done a really nice job of continuing to get better at different aspects of the game, using the backside of the field. Every time I'm interviewed, I'm asked about that, but it's true. He's done a much better job than the previous years of using the backside. He's also improved his power. He's improved his pitch selection a great deal. He's able to spoil a good pitch and get to the next one. He's just done a really good job of continuing to improve.
Finally, Coach, obviously we know that this is a midweek game, but you have a big series coming up against USC coming up this weekend. The importance of this game connecting with the series against USC, how would those two games, how would those this game and the series against USC propel you guys as you get ready for the Pac-12 tournament?
Justin, I think anytime you're playing a midweek game, you want it to go well. And obviously, anytime you play, you're hoping to get a victory out of it. But, you know, coming off a 1-win and 2-loss series to Arizona on the weekend, we're looking to get our bats going. We're looking to pound the bottom of the strike zone. You set a tempo and create some momentum. There we go.
Well, there's a way you can create some momentum right there, is by having a hit-and-run opportunity. And he's going to send him around. Coach says he's going to score. To throw from second. No, sir.
All right.
Great job there, Gary Henderson.
You're just looking for the kids to feel good about what we're doing, about themselves individually and collectively as a team. And winning, it goes a lot longer, a lot further down the road getting that accomplished than losing does.
And anytime you have those bats in the lineup, really does help you out, Skip. Thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate it. Thanks,
Justin. You bet.
All right, and that's Gary Henderson, the head coach for the Utah Utes. Seeing his second batter in the lineup, Kai Roberts, line this one right up the middle for a double. You see Roberts really getting on his horse, and Henderson immediately called and said he's going to score. And you see just the reason why, trying to go and get the throw, as you go from second with the throw from Webster, just not able to be in time, and slide it home safely is Core Jackson. So the Utes up 3-2. As Utah Tech starting to have some activity in their bullpen as well. As Jonah Marshall warming up. Again, it's those midweek games, so anytime you have a midweek game, you take a look and say, all right, guys, hey, we're going to go and see how long that these relievers can go, and then you get somebody up. And try to continue this game. You usually don't have one of your starters that are going to go during the weekend. As that one's going to be a ball. Drake DiGiorno. One for one today, had a stolen base. Pitch, DiGiorno. Foul. By the way, Roberts with the double and the RBI. That's his 56th RBI this season. Leads the team in that category. And quickly throw it back to first, and that gets away. Gets away from Garrett Cutting. Going to third base on the error is going to be Roberts. Well, you see what happens when you put pressure. And that was just a simple error. That's going to be E1. I'm not so sure if that should be E1, though. That looked like that was right into the mitt of Garrett Cutting. Cutting just didn't catch it. Either way, you got a guy at third base. You're already leading by one. So you can go and get one more. Now it's fouled away opposite field. And the count goes to 1-2. DiGiorno looking for his 30th RBI of the year. As a man standing at third, that's Roberts. The pitch. And it's going to be hit opposite field, and that is going to go and bring Roberts home. Rounding first, stopping at first base with an RBI single will be DiGiorno. Makes the score now 4-2. Well, it's just a simple swing, inside-out swing. Hitting a fastball right around the letters. And going to bring home the 4th run of the day for the Utah Utes. And that looks to be the end of the day for Kai Decker, the starting pitcher for Utah Tech. And we will go and step aside. 4-2 is our score. Utes on top of the Trailblazers. New pitcher in for the Utah Tech Trailblazers as they found themselves down by 2. Jonah Marshall, right-handed pitcher, sophomore, comes into the game. And Marshall with an 0-1 record, 12.19 ERA, looking to go and bring that down. He's the type of guy who does have several pitches in his repertoire. Obviously a fastball, pretty good curveball, as well as a changeup. As Coach Phaeton-Hauer is going to his bullpen for the first time today. That will close the book on Kai Decker, who will leave after 2 innings pitched. First pitch, off speed, that's low. And the next one, another off-speed pitch, but that's outside. Throwing to T.J. Clarkson. 1 for 1 on the day. Hit a double his first time up. RBI double in the first inning. And this one's launched to right. And it's going to be foul. Got under that one. And one of the kids able to glove that one too. See a huge smile on that kid's face. It's like a game within the game that you're seeing right now, right? Like you're seeing every foul ball, kids just running around Smith's ballpark trying to find them. Quick throw back to first base. There's one of the things that I love too is that you'll be able to see just so many different stories that are happening during a game. And that's one of them, is you see kids just running around this ballpark. 2-1 is our count. That's popped up, and it is playable. Going back, calling off is P.D. Soto Jr. Back pedal and go and grab that one. And that will be an out. So the first out of the inning. Now they'll bring up Carson Bodley. And Carson Bodley had a huge hit against Arizona to get that series started. An opposite field home run. As the runner will go, and this is going to be hit right into that hole. Great hit there by Bodley. Going from first to third will be Drake Giorno, and there'll be runners on the corners with one out. Beautiful way just to be able to take care of the bat and just staying with the ball, hitting it opposite field. And now the Utes have two guys on, have already scored twice this inning. Looking to go and get some more. Well, it's that aggressive play that Coach Henderson likes. And what that does is you put pressure on the other team, and pressure bursts pipes. As a fastball will go outside for ball one. Jonah Marshall from the stride. And that one's going to be hit to the hole on the right side. That'll be an RBI single. Going from first to third. A nice throw will be cut off. And Utah, man on the corners yet again on the RBI single by Caden Carpenter. Well, for Caden Carpenter, that RBI will be his 23rd of the year. Just a big, tall, strong hitter. Staying on that one, hit it over to the right side. And the Utes now lead 5-2. Utah has already scored 3 this inning. The pitch. This one's rocket to left, going back and having that go over the head off the wall. And that's going to bring in at least one. And going back to first is actually going to be Hunter Attillion. That was interesting. Attillion rounded first, thought he was going to second. I don't think Caden Carpenter got a really good look on that one. Attillion hit that one well. Initially, some may have thought it was a home run, and the ball was hit so hard off the wall that it went right to Ethan Royal. And you can just see the way that Attillion had to go in, walk back to first. He rounded first. I thought he was going to go to second. More than halfway there, and had to go quickly retreat back to first. So that'll be an RBI single, a long RBI single for Attillion. Carpenter will stop at second. That brings up Matt Flaherty. Flaherty looking to go and keep this rally going. The pitch is low. Ball 2. Already coming around in this inning have been 4 batters. That was fouled away. Jackson, Roberts, DiGiorno, and Bodley has all scored. At second base is Caden Carpenter. That was swung on and missed. Two guys on, one out. And just kind of extending his bat a bit, fouling that away. Counts even at 2 apiece. Flaherty the first time up. Grounded out to second. One guy down. The pitch. Popped up. Going back, giving chase is Talixon, and couldn't catch that one. Was right on the netting. And maybe had a chance to jump up and catch that one. Wasn't able to. Just take another look and you see Talixon trying to track the ball down and just got to the stands. So count stays even at 2 apiece. Here it comes. That one's hit up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Rounding second. Getting the green light to come on home will be the 5th run of this inning. And that will be Caden Carpenter scoring on the RBI single by Matt Flaherty as the Utes have blown this game wide open in a lead 7-2. Stopping at second base will be Hunter Attillion. And you just see the way that Flaherty able to stay patient. Knew what was coming, a fastball. Looked to be maybe an off-speed pitch, but either way, he stayed right on top of that one. Hit that one right up the box. 19th RBI of the year for Flaherty. Utah with 5 in this inning. Now the bunt by Brewer Webster. That'll be foul. Aaron Perez at first base was coming down a bit. There's only 1 out, too, so you can go and get a bunt. You get 2 guys in scoring position. Now bring up Corey Jackson next, who is the has the 3rd best batted average in the Pac-12, and that was put down, but will be picked up in foul territory by Kyle McDaniel. And the count's now at 0-2. So the question here is, do you keep the bunt on? Do you swing away? Utah already with 5 runs in the 3rd, looking to get some more. Webster, 0-2 count, he'll swing and hits this on opposite field. Beautiful dive and stop by Flaherty. He'll go to 3rd base. Make that by McDaniel. He'll go to 3rd in order to get the lead runner. So Webster will go to first base, but take a look one more time. Great job by McDaniel on the dive and taking it to first base. So Hunter Attillion will be out. On to fielder's choice. You have a ball that's popped up to left, and that will retire the side. But Utah was able to go and get 5. They lead 7-2 as we go to the top of the 4th. Well, you talk about a great turnaround. How about this from the Utah Utes? Take a look at how they were just a couple of seasons ago in 2022. 26, 27, and 1. Pac-12 record, not too good. 10 and 20. How about last year? 9, 20, and 1. But this year, things have turned around greatly for the Utes. A 31 and 18 record, 16 and 11 in Pac-12 play, currently sitting at 3rd place in the Pac-12 standings. So you just see the way that this team has been able to turn things around. Had a chance to talk to Coach Henderson about that, and he said one of the main things that he knew that things was going to turn around was when fall ball came around, and he saw that the team was committed. He saw that just the way that they approached the game was more different than before. And they have definitely seen that pay off so far this year. And you look at, you have 1 more series left against USC, and then you take on a couple of different opponents in the Pac-12 tournament. A great opportunity to go and continue on in Pac-12 play as Utah Tech looking to get some runs back. And that will be a lead-off double at least, and stopping there at second will be Garrett Cutting. That's the way that they're trying to get their rally started. Cutting take a nice swing at one, around his knees. Able to go lift that one to right. So Cutting, he's now 2 for 2 on the day, his 9th double this season. As Peyton Risky will now have to pitch out of the stretch. Risky, fastball in there for a strike. And next pitch, and that's inside. And Hunter Antillion able to go and scoop that one up. Utah Tech have another player who's warming up, as is the meeting on the mound. Not quite seeing who that player is. Looks to be Cole Kershaw. Check that, looks to be Jacob Taggart, who is warming up. Seven to 2 is our score. Utah scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Man on second, that's Cutting. Leadoff double. This is swung on. And a chopper that'll be gloved at first. Able to run over to first base will be DiGiorno. Going to third is Garrett Cutting on the putout, as Chase Rodriguez will go out. So with 1 down, that brings up Ethan Royal. Royal, the first time up, grounding out to third. Does have a man in scoring position with Garrett Cutting over there. See what Royal can do. Right on right matchup, the first pitch. Chopper, and that's just foul. Ethan Royal, a junior from Arroyo Grande, California. Takes a look at that next offering. Just missed outside with the off-speed pitch. It counts even at 1 apiece. But again, when you look at Utah Tech, a team that has struggled this season to get runs across, not surprising that they have given up a lot of runs too. They have the 2nd highest ERA in the Western Athletic Conference, as that's going to be a looper to left. Coming in and grabbing that one will be Carson Botley. Will throw the ball home. Will be close, but a little bit offline, and sliding in safely for the 3rd run of the day will be Garrett Cutting. Score is now 7 to 3 on the sacrifice fly from Ethan Royal. And for Royal, that will be his 14th RBI this season. But you take a look at the way that coming in was Botley, was able to have a lot of steam as he was able to catch that one just a little bit offline on the throw. So that will bring up Connor Talixon. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate. Talixon struggling a bit on the mound. But Chris Fatenauer, the coach of Utah Tech, says he's a fighter, just one of the guys that he really likes this season. Just the way that he plays. Thinks the world of this young man and thinks he knows he's going to be improving this year. He goes down on strikes, and that will retire the side. So the Trailblazers get one back after Utah was able to go and get 5. Utes still lead by 4. Well, the final regular season for baseball in the Pac-12, and it's going to be a great one. Take a look at the top game, right? Oregon State taking on Arizona. If Arizona can beat Oregon State just once, they will be able to clinch the Pac-12. But Oregon State, a very good team. You can see by their ranking, a very tough opponent. Washington State will take on Oregon. Utah versus USC. Stanford versus UCLA. Washington versus Cal. And then Texas Tech UNLV versus Arizona State. By the way, we have a new pitcher in for the Trailblazers as Jacob Taggart will come in. See the numbers? Not too great. Looking to go and get those down. 12.66 ERA in 10 innings of work. Is a guy who can strike out some batters with 9 strikeouts, but also gives up a lot of walks too with 11 walks. And opponents are hitting .347 against him. And he'll go up against Kai Roberts, who's one of the better hitters in the Pac-12, and immediately slaps this one to left, and that's going to be a base hit. So how about that? The first guy that you see is a guy that just so happens to have the 3rd base batting average in the Pac-12 as Kai Roberts gets aboard for the 3rd time today. And just Roberts taking his time on that fastball, hitting that one to left, and going to go and get a single as Utah looking to go and get that run back. By the way, you see on the screen, Kai Roberts, 29 stolen bases this year. Program record with 62 in his career. Looking for 30. He's going after 30 right now, and he'll get it easily. My goodness. Stolen base number 30. And Kai Roberts, he just knew he was going immediately. Just easy money right there with the stolen base. 30th of the year leading the Pac-12. He might try to go to 3rd. He'll do so as that pitch is upstairs. Counts at 2-0. Up is Drake DiGiorno, and DiGiorno today 2 for 2, 2 singles. RBI single in the 3rd, came around to score. Swings and misses at that one. Looked like he was trying to go and hit this one about 450. By the way, way off to left, there is a sign that says 474. It's right above the women's bathroom sign. Looks like he was trying to hit it there. The pitch, that's outside. Gets away a little bit. Able to go and track it down is the catcher, Connor Talixon. And it counts at 3-1. You take a look, 474. Took a long swing on that one. 3-1. Upstairs. Won't be able to go get the home run, but will be able to go and get to first base is Drake DiGiorno. And the Utes now have 2 aboard with nobody out. Brings up TJ Clarkson. Clarkson with an RBI double in the 1st. Popped out to short in the 3rd. By the way, when you look back at the 3rd inning for Utah, brought 10 batters to the plate. That one's low. So far for Jacob Taggart, not having the type of inning that he wants. Struggling a bit. Looking to go get this one over the plate. The 1-0. Catches the outside part of the plate. That's the way he likes it. Counts even up at 1-1. Clarkson at first. He got aboard via a walk. DiGiorno. Actually, Clarkson at the plate, and he'll slap this one to center and diving play. What a play by Chase Rodriguez. Rodriguez at first. Thought about going back, chased after that one, got on his high horse and was able to go and nab that one for the out. Great job there by Rodriguez. Well, the runners will stay put. As Clarkson flies out, that brings up Carson Bodley. Throw back to second, and again, nobody was there. Nobody for Utah. Trailblazers were just covering the bag. That's the 2nd time we have seen that today from Utah Tech. And you wonder where the communication is. You have a freshman with Petey Soto Jr. as your shortstop and Garrett Cutting. No one moved. Cutting being at second. So now you have guys at second and third on the error. And a pitch. Ball. So the infield is now in. And Taggart looking to get a strikeout. That's fouled right to the fencing. By the way, Carson Bodley has hit 2 home runs this year. Talked about it before, but the home run that he had against Arizona on Friday was a huge one, opposite field. Looking to get the ball in play and fouls this one off too. Right on top of both of those. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Rocket it to right. That's going to bring both guys home, and it'd be extra bases. Bodley around first. He'll go to second base, and that will bring home 2 runners as Utah now leads 9-3. Well, that's what happens when you go and have errors. You have guys in scoring position, and Bodley able to go and connect, get a couple of RBIs. And for him, that's going to be his 20th RBI of the year. And the Utes now lead 9-3. They have another man warming up. We'll see if there'll be another pitching change. As Jacob Taggart. And not actually too much there for Jacob Taggart. He's going to stay right there. Sometimes you don't have to say too much. As Bodley was able to go and have 2-run RBI double. So the score at 9-3. Stepping up at bat will be Caden Carpenter. Carpenter, the designated hitter today, but has a lot of pop in that bat. Looks at the first one. That's outside for ball 1. We showed you the highlight earlier today, but the home run on Saturday was massive, as that pitch is low. And Carpenter, when he knows what's coming, it's going to be a problem. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's low in the dirt too. It's 3-0. What I mean by that is when you go back to Saturday, he knew that the pitcher doesn't double up with fastballs. So once he saw the first pitch was a fastball, he knew that an off-speed pitch was coming. And so he just stayed on top of it and rocketed it to right. The 3-0 pitch. That's going to be a chopper, and it'll be foul. Puts the count at 3-1. It's going back to second base is Carson Bodley. As you see the chopper. Scooped up by Perez. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 4th, the pitch. That's ball going to third and will be caught stealing easily will be Carson Bodley. So 2-5 on the caught stealing. As Bodley tried to go and nab a base at third, and sometimes that's hard to do, especially if you don't have that big of a lead. As Bodley will be caught stealing, and for him, that's only the 2nd time this year that he's been caught stealing. So with that, we'll have another pitching change by Utah Tech with the Utes up by 6. We have another pitching change for the Trailblazers, and this time they bring on a freshman. Aaron Morris, the right-handed pitcher, will come in, and you can see there's a couple of guys who are looking at just going relaxed in the outfield, trying to get a little bit of a nap. Actually, that's in right center field. They're enjoying the game so far. Aaron Morris, his 23rd appearance this season, 1-1 record, 3.29 ERA, one of the more fabulous freshmen that Utah Tech has. Does walk a lot of batters, 19 walks, does have 18 strikeouts, but he's a guy that's very tough to hit. A 229. Opponents are hitting 229 against him, so it just shows how good he is. Just has to go and focus on his control. Looking at some of the numbers for Utah Tech, they have already given up 9 runs today. Second highest ERA in the Western Athletic Conference, 7.79 ERA. They've also given up 69 home runs this season. And the first pitch will be out the, will be a ball. Brings up Attillion. Swings at that one. A little bit late on that. Count even at 1 apiece. Hunter Attillion today, 1 for 2. RBI single in the 3rd. Well, for Utah, they were down 2-0 after the top of the 1st. Was able to score 2 at the bottom of the 1st. Big inning for them, 5 in the 3rd. As Attillion hits this one hard to right, going back, and right over the head of the right fielder. Hunter Katchke couldn't get to that one. 1 run is going to come around to score on the RBI double by Hunter Attillion. Well, Hunter Katchke didn't get a good look at that one. A late jump on that, as Hunter Attillion was all over that one. And you could just take a look at the way that Hunter Katchke was going after that. Ran out of real estate, goes over his head, and that will be an RBI double, and coming home to score will be Caden Carpenter. And this one's going to be a ground in a second. Scooped up, nice job. Throw over to first, and that'll be it's a great job there by Garrett Cutting. And that will retire the side. But the Utes are able to go and get 3 more. And as we go to the 5th inning, our score, Utah by 7. Utes up 10-3 over Utah Tech. As we continue on, Salt Lake City at Smith's Ballpark. Utes looking for their 32nd win of the year. We'll give them the 3rd most in program history. Peyton Risky ready to go with another inning to work. The young man has done well so far. 2 innings pitched, has given up 2 hits, 1 run. That run has been earned and has also struck out 2. Utah Tech looking for the rally as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And they will bring up a nice lineup. And with that, let's bring up Utah Tech's head coach, Chris Pfatenhauer. And coach, number 1, you've seen your team go up 2-0 at first, and then a little bit the wheels start to fall out a bit. Coach, what has been your assessment so far?
Well, what was the last question you asked me this afternoon about if we do what?
Yeah, if you do well.
If we pitch and if we play defense.
Yep.
And we haven't done those 2 things.
Coach, what has been one of the things that I've seen is we have a slapper off to right. Looks to be this will be foul, and it will be in foul territory. Coach, one of the things that you did talk about, again, was the fielding. And I have seen 2 errors, specifically at second, where you have your pitcher trying to pick off someone at second base. What has been the miscommunication from there?
Yeah, the first one, our guy dropped the ball, right? And that's kind of been a common theme for that individual this year. We just had a lot of balls have hit his glove and fallen. We keep, but other guys are making other mistakes, right? So guys just keep, it's kind of a revolving door at second a little bit with guys getting opportunities. The second one, our shortstop missed the sign and isn't standing there. Now, obviously, our pitcher still shouldn't throw that ball if nobody's there. But, yeah, I mean, it's just those are the things. You and I talked earlier. I said, we're fielding like 970, so as a whole it looks good. The problem is we'll have games like this where we just completely compound those mistakes, and then it goes from being a good baseball game to kind of embarrassing ourselves a little bit. So that's frustrating.
Ethan, he just flew out to right. Coach, what would you like to see from your team the rest of the way just to get yourself back into this one?
Yeah, just some fight. I think we've shown it at the plate. you know, these midweeks are tough for us a lot of times. Even the midweeks that we've won, like last week when we played Utah at home and we won, we still gave up, I think, 9 or 10 runs. You know, our midweek arms are a little bit light. A lot of young guys, a lot of inexperienced guys. Obviously, they're doing an unbelievable job offensively. But, you know, if you're going to give up 13 hits and you're going to trickle in, you know, you can't trickle in 2 or 3 walks and 3 errors, right? Give up 13 hits, but don't walk anybody and be clean defensively, and you give yourself a chance. Or don't give up 13 hits. And obviously, easier said than done.
Well, Coach, here's to a great rally from your team here as you're down by 7, but you know plenty of time in order to get the job done. Coach, thank you so much for your time as we have a grounder to second.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
And Coach, thank you so much for your time. Again, that's Chris Pfatenhauer, the head coach of the Utah Tech Trailblazers, as Kyle McDaniel grounded out to second. That'll be the second out of the inning as Peyton Risky really settling down. 2 2.2 doing a great job. Only giving up 2 hits, 1 run. That was earned. Has walked 1 guy, but has struck out 2. He's also thrown only 32 pitches in this one, as that'll be a first pitch strike into Hunter Katchke. And Hunter Katchke, one of the guys that we headlined and talked about earlier in this game. 1 for 2 today. Did have a double, RBI double in the first. Make sure he actually had just a double in the first. Did come around to score in that 2-run first inning. But Katchke, one of those guys with a dangerous bat, as he has 12 home runs this year. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. And a grounder right in front. Going to be a tough play. Ritzky gets it, throws it over to first in time, and that will retire the side. Halfway home here at Smith's Ballpark as the Utah Utes leads Utah Tech 10-3. Well, the Utah Utes are looking to do something they haven't done since 2016, and that's get to the NCAA tournament. And in order to do so, well, their tournament resume has to look sparkling. It's not so bad right now. 31-18 record, 16-11 in Pac-12 play, but circle that RPI at 71. A little bit low, but they have a chance to go and bump that up, especially with a great series on the road against USC to end things. And then you go to the Pac-12 tournament, and with the nice showing there, should have a great opportunity to be able to go and get into that field in the NCAA tournament. Brewer Webster with a chopper up the middle, going to be a tough play, and won't be in time as Garrett Cuddy trying to go and make that throw. And that'll be a leadoff single for Brewer Webster. Webster 0-2 coming into that at bat. You can now say he's 1 for 3. And for Webster, that's his 22nd hit this season. So that brings up Core Jackson. Jackson came around to score in the 3rd. Looks at a first pitch, in there for a strike. Also had a single in the 1st, but was out on a fielder's choice by Kai Roberts. The pitch, that's outside, and trying to see if Brewer Webster would run. Webster with 4 stolen bases this season, so not a guy that runs a lot. But Utah as a whole, a team that likes to put pressure on you, as you see Core Jackson 2 for 3. 2 singles. Looking to make it 3 hits, swings, and fouls that one off. On the bump for Utah Tech, Aaron Morris came in the last inning. Was able to retire the last guy in the 4th inning. Morris takes a look over at first, the pitch. Way outside, 2-2. Core Jackson with 71 hits this season. Him and Kai Roberts, the only two guys on the roster with 70 hits, and that's going to stay right there as he misses on that one. That'll be a strikeout. So for Core Jackson, that's the 31st time this year he's gone down on strikes. Nice pitch there by Aaron Morse. Morse, the fastball on the outside part of the plate. So with one down, that brings up Kai Roberts. Roberts has been perfect on the day, has come around to score every time he's been up. Takes a look at that first pitch in there for a strike. Roberts got a board on a fielder's choice. RBI double in the third. And that was low. But just take a look at Kai Roberts' improvement as a freshman and a sophomore. Decent years. Junior year, the numbers dipped. Only 3 home runs. But then as a senior, you've seen everything pick up. Just shows how experience can really help out a roster and a player as well, as that one's an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Goes to 1-2. But to go from 277 to 364 is no easy feat. And that averages up with a couple of base knocks today. Utes up by 7. Here's the 1-2. Low and going and running and going to be out at second base with Brewer Webster. Nice throw by Connor Tallickson. So for Webster, the 3rd time this season he's been thrown out at second. A little bit of a delayed steal. You see Tallickson with a nice release. Rocket throw. And we talked to Coach Phaetonhauer about how he wanted to see better defense. Well, there you go right there. So runners empty, 2-2 count. And strike 3 on an off-speed pitch, and that will retire a side. So it was a promising start for the Utah Utes in the 5th, but it ends in a goose egg. We'll go to the 6th. Pac-12 baseball is presented by Watch Sports, the official live event guide of the Pac-12. Download today. So far, so good for the Utah Utes as we go to the 6th inning. 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 major errors by the Trailblazers, with the Utes up by 7, but the Trailblazers looking to go and get a comeback. Peyton Risky still on the bump, doing a fantastic job. Came in relief, and all he has done has been able to really just close down the offense for the Trailblazers. 3 innings pitched, has given up 2 hits, 1 run. That one was earned. Has walked 1 guy, 2 strikeouts, has given up a double, and that's it. So Ritzky calmly with the first pitch, and that will be fouled away. As Aaron Perez is up. Perez, Hank Dotson, and Garrett Cuddy. Middle of the lineup up for Utah Tech. Trailblazers with 1 more series before they end the season. That will be a soft grounder to first. Trailblazers might have one of the more interesting travel arrangements that you could ever have. Made the drive today from Utah Tech. Usually it will take you about 4 hours, maybe 5. Left at 7:30 this morning. That one just missed. So left at 7:30 this morning. Got to the ballpark around 1:30. And then we'll head back after that one, as that was foul as well. But when they're in conference play, again, they're in the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference. When they go on the road, it's really difficult for them, to say the least. So they will leave for a Friday game, say on Thursday, leave Thursday morning. Will make the drive to Las Vegas, as that one is fair. 3 hoppers scooped up and able to go and take it over to first base for the out. Will be Drake DiGiorno. That'll be the first out in the inning. So with one down, that brings up Hank Dotson. He's been 0 for 2 today. Did have a sacrifice fly in the first. The 2-run first inning for Utah Tech. But going back to talking about just the travel for Utah Tech, difficult is to say the least. So they will leave St. George, go all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada. They will fly out from there. That's about a 2-hour drive that they have from there. They'll jump on a bus and go to there. They'll then go on a commercial flight, and they generally take up the back of the airplane, kind of keep everybody together. And from there, they will fly over to their destination. So let's say they go to, say, Texas. So when they took on Stephen F. Austin a couple of weeks ago, they got off the bus, had to go another couple of hours after taking that flight in order to get to their hotel. So that's a pop-up. As Connor Tellison says he got it, rather the pitcher says that he got it. Peyton Risky doing everything out there, huh? Called out Hunter Tillian, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Great job by Peyton Risky. If you're asking who's going to be the player of the game so far, how about that young man? And not usually you don't see the pitcher call off everybody, but Risky has been in control today. So with 2 down, that brings up Garrett Cutting. When they took on Stephen F. Austin, looking at Utah Tech, and returning home, see, going out is one thing. Coming back is difficult. It was a 12-hour day because the game on Sunday was delayed due to weather. So because of that, had to go play the game. After the game, had to make that long drive to the airport. Able to jump on a plane, get on another commercial flight, fly all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada. Go from Las Vegas back to St. George. Didn't get home until 4 o'clock Monday morning. Oh, by the way, who was the team that they took on Tuesday? Utah Utes was able to defeat them 11-8. Talk about some weary bodies right there. And this was originally supposed to be a week where Utah Tech would have had that break in the middle of the week. But they're making up this game. And that's one of the things that Coach Phaetonhauer says is extremely important. We got to make sure that we get our games in. He wants to make sure they get all 56 games in. That one's fouled away. Counts even up at 2 apiece. Garrett Cutting 2 for 2 today. But he says, look, there's so many guys in the past who have fought to make sure that we are able to get all the games that we have. Said even last year only was able to go and get 52 games in. Wants to make sure the guys get their full allotment of games. As that will retire the side. Great job again by Peyton Risky. Able to go and get 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Utah up 10-3 over Utah Tech. So we continue on the bottom of the 6th inning. Justin Adams with you. And let's take a look at the Pac-12 standings. And don't forget, the top 9 teams make it to the Pac-12 tournament. And so far, so good for teams like Utah, Oregon State, and Arizona, Arizona State, USC, Cal. Those teams are in guaranteed. And that's where it gets a little bit fishy. Stanford needs to make sure they win at least 1 game to clinch their way to the Pac-12 tournament. Washington and Washington State, keep an eye on those 2 teams this weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Pac-12 tournament. Another new pitcher in for Utah Tech. Chase Carroll is in. This would be his 8th appearance this year. 0-2 record, 23.63 ERA. Opponents have been hitting .423 against him. He looks to go and shut things down. And gets the first pitch in there for a strike. He'll face DiGiorno, Clarkson, and Bodley. Middle of the lineup for Utah. That one's going to be a little bit of a nubber. Scooped up and tossed over to first. Be the first out of the inning. Nice job there by Carroll to get it over to Aaron Perez for the first out. So with 1 down, that brings up T.J. Clarkson. Clarkson with an RBI double in the first. And he flew out to short and also flew out to center. Look at a bunt to get his way on. Gets the bunt down. Scooped up, though, in play. Throws over the first. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Nice job there by Connor Tallickson. It was just simple. You try to go surprise as many as you can. And I think you saw that huge hole on the left side of the diamond. Try to go and get the ball there just to get enough mustard on that bunting attempt. Nice job by Connor Tallickson to get up and go and get to that ball quickly. Get the second out of the inning. And with 2 down, it's going to be a short hop, scooped up and thrown over to first. And that will retire the side. Nice play there by Utah Tech to go and get 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the 7th, our score 10-3. Dude, totally apologize. I was like, my travel. I was like, man, I need to go. I don't want to have this flight be too late. I was going to fly Delta on the way home. And now I'm flying Frontier. And the main reason why I wanted to fly Delta was because they have TV. Delta has nothing. So I'm trying to catch like the Nuggets game. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to go and miss my flight, right? The way that this game's going, I'm like, shoot, I should have got that Delta flight, man. I think the wonderful people at Pac-12 will be able to go and give me that Delta flight back home. I know, right? Is it skeleton crew now? Oh man. Sweet. Yeah, Risky has done fantastic. Man, he's our player of the game. He's been fantastic. Peyton Risky has been amazing on the mound in relief and has really shut down Utah Tech's offense. Take a look at that. 4 innings pitched, career high for that young man. 2 hits he has given up, 1 run that has been earned, has walked 1, and has also struck out 3. He has been fantastic this afternoon. So Utah Tech, they scored 2 runs in the first. Ever since then, they've only been able to go on plate 1 more. That was in the 4th. That brings up Chase Rodriguez. And we'll have a new batter after Rodriguez. Takes a look at the first pitch in there for a strike. So after Chase Rodriguez, we will have Caden Clark. He'll be in for Ethan Royal. And that pitch goes a hit. Rodriguez, and he'll go over to first. So pitch hitting will be Caden Clark, but you take a look at that one, that just got, looks like it's an ankle. And Chase Rodriguez, he's all right. Now the Pac-12 referees, they're all getting together, the umpires rather. Know exactly the reason why they're getting together. And they're running over, and I think they're going to go and want to take a look at this play. I don't know if they want to take a look at the play. They look at the lineup card. Let's take another look at this pitch. I don't know if that was, doesn't look intentional to me. To be very honest with you, Chase Rodriguez from a hitting standpoint hasn't done anything that you would think, but there is a replay review on that hit by a pitch. I guess there's no harm, no foul. So everything returns back to normal. Call is confirmed. Yes, it was a hit by a pitch, I guess. I mean, the ball did hit him. I mean, sometimes it's tough, though. I mean, he has to hit the meat of the body. And it hit the meat of the leg. It could also hit your jersey. It could also, you know. In any case, you have a man on first. Also brings up Caden Clark, first time today. The young man takes a hack at the plate. Fouls out away. Caden Clark hitting 100 this year, just his 21st at bat this season. Has 2 hits this season. Clark looking to get the rally going with Chase Rodriguez back at retreating back to first base. When you think about the travel for Utah tonight, Utah Tech rather, as that's fouled away, won't get home until late after this one either. So you come down, play the game, then you head on back home. So they'll probably get home around midnight. 3 games to wrap up the season. Utes, final home game of the year. Playing at Smith's Ballpark. The 0-2. Fouled away. Utah Tech will have 3 games at home. So they'll play California Baptist to wrap up the schedule. Won't play in the WAC tournament. Did not qualify. They were eliminated as that pitch right on the outside part of the plate. And that catches Caden Clark looking. Oh, just a simple, easy pitch on the outside part of the plate. Nice job of framing that too by Hunter Attillion. So in for Connor Tallickson, we have another new batter, and that'll be Morgan Albrecht. Looks at the first pitch, inside for ball 1. Albrecht, 7 for 27 this season. Does have 3 home runs, so a lot of pop in that bat. Hitting from the right side. Takes a look. That's outside, ball 2. But Peyton Hitchke doing a fantastic job throwing today again. 4 1/3 innings pitched. Has only given up 2 hits. 1 run. This will be his 55th pitch of the game. With a man at first, 1 out, the pitch. This is popped up to center. Gumorso goes off to left. Camping under it and going to grab that one will be Carson Bodley for the 2nd out of the inning. So with 2 down, it brings up Ethan He. He came in the 5th inning and promptly flew out to right his first time up. Came in for Petey Soto Jr. Man on first base, that's Chase Rodriguez, got aboard as he was hit by a pitch. And he looks at an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. The next pitch, just missed outside, 1-1. Peyton Ritzke might have earned himself some more opportunities throwing the ball. It's just been fantastic today. The next pitch, that's going to be launched to left, hit pretty well to left. Look it up, and that is just foul. Just foul. And I mean just foul. Ethan He missed a home run maybe by a couple of inches, to be honest with you. Hit that one well. Take another look, and yeah, just went foul. Just left for the foul pole. Eat more foul, it says, by the way. Sponsored by Chick-fil-A, in case if you're hungry out there. The 1-2 pitch. In there for a strike. And that will retire the side. Well, Peyton Risky hit of his first batter in this inning, but he was able to close the door. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, our score 10-3. Time to stretch. Pac-12 baseball is presented by Rawlings. Champions choose Rawlings. 10-3 is our score. Utah doing the majority of their damage in the 3rd and the 4th inning, and since then it's been all the Peyton Risky show as that young man has been able to shut things down and shut down Utah Tech's offense. Just take a look at some of the fans in red and white enjoying a beautiful day of baseball here at Salt Lake City, and first batter up will be a base hit as Utah looking to keep the pressure on the Trailblazers. With a base knock by Caden Carpenter. Just a big hole out on the left side of the infield. Caden Carpenter says, well, you know what? I'll just hit the ball where they ain't. As Jace Carroll remains in for another inning of work. And that was going to be hit hard to the gap, giving chase and not able to go and track that one down is Ethan Royal. They'll go all the way to the wall. Being waved home will be Caden Carpenter. He'll get in there standing up on the RBI double by Hunter Attillion. Hunter Attillion with his 3rd RBI of the day, and he didn't miss this fastball. Was able to go and see that ball through the shadow and looked like not able to go and get a really good read on that one. Actually was Jack Walker. A change made in the outfield. Walker's now in. Makes the score 11-3. First pitch low. Ball 1. So it brings up Matt Flaherty. Flaherty 1 for 3 rather today with an RBI single in the 3rd. You look at that one, in there for a strike. Well, great job today by Utah to be able to respond by the loss from last week. 11 runs on 16 hits. No errors today. A little bit of a excuse me swing there. Count goes to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. You see a couple of bugs gathering around home plate. The pitch. Outside, 2-2. Well, one of the things that Utah Tech wanted to do this season is have a very tough non-conference schedule, and they did just that. Played Washington State this year, played a lot of Division I teams. The pitch popped up, now beats the center, giving chase, and getting on his high horse is Rodriguez. He'll camp under that one, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So we have a pinch hitter in for Utah. Coming in will be Landon Fry. Fry, a junior. Batting from the right side. Has a home run this season, 12 RBIs. Also hitting .278. He'll be in for Brewer Webster. The first pitch, fouled away. So it looks like the Utes are really gearing up on the fastball. See a couple of guys take first pitch swings on the fastball. Man on second base, the pitch. just missed inside. Hunter Tillion standing at second base. Great to see that young man being able to go and put the bat on the ball. And that was really one of the main things that Coach Henderson wanted to see from his team, just to get some momentum as they go to the last 3 games of the regular season and then continue on in the Pac-12 tournament. You got some really good teams around. Obviously, Oregon State. Then you have Arizona, a team that was actually picked 9th to finish in the Pac-12 was Arizona. They were just 1 win away from winning the Pac-12 outright. But you talk about a team that was picked to finish low. How about Utah and a job that Coach Henderson has done? Utah was picked to finish 10th in the Pac-12. There's only 11 teams that play baseball. And they've been able to have a great start to the season, winning a lot of games on the road, best start since 1980. And just have been able to continue on their winning ways from there. But again, Coach Anderson, he just talks about saying, look, it all changed at fall ball. We saw just a recommitment to the weight room. Guys have been able to stick around the program for several years. They've been able to settle in. They're doing very well so far this season. That one's fouled off to left. And you're starting to reap the benefits of the way that your team has been playing. And you need that when you take on the USCs of the world and going to have to pull off a couple of upsets, especially if you want to get to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2016. 2-2. Foul away. Pretty good at bat here by Landon Fry, the junior. Doing a fantastic job keeping himself alive. Part of the never say die attitude that Coach Henderson likes from his batters. Doesn't want his guys just standing up there. He wants his guys to attack. Always wants to put the pressure on the opponents, especially when they get on the base paths. 2-2. Inside. Full count. Utah looking for another run. That one's low, and that'll be ball 4. Great eye there by Landon Fry. So with one already in and a man on second base, that's Hunter Tillion. The Utes will now have 2 aboard. Now bring on Cord Jackson. Jackson today singled in the first. Came around to score in the third. Struck out his last time up, but overall 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. You see that batting average at 368 came into this game. One of the best in the Pac-12. Takes a look at the first pitch and fouls that one off. But coming into this game, you see Cord Jackson third. Travis Bonanza leading away with 424. That's just ridiculous. Talk about a guy who could be the #1 pick in this year's draft. Look at Travis Bonanza. Fantastic batter. Now what's low? Counts at 1-1. But anytime you can start off your lineup where you have 2 guys who hit the ball well, where you have a guy like Cord Jackson and Kai Roberts, where you have 2 of those guys that are there at the top of your lineup, you always know you have a great chance. 1 out of 3 times they're going to get a hit. It looks like Jackson was trying to go and launch that one off to right. That's fouled away. Count at 1-2. 11-3 is our score. The 1-2 pitch. That one's hit to center, and Rodriguez able to grab that one. Tag it up, going to third, and we'll get there sliding head first. Will be Hunter Tillion. Staying at first base is Landon Fry, and that'll be the second out of the inning on the fly out to center. So with guys on the corners, the umpires are meeting on the mound. as Kai Roberts will be in. Was hard to believe that Utah, as we actually have, it'll be looks like it'll be a challenge as the replay, as the umpires rather will go and want to get a review on this one. They wanted to see if Hunter Attilian actually tagged up. That would be my guess, to see if he actually tagged up or if he left early. That will be my guess. You be the judge. Take a look at Hunter Attilian. He'll be at second base. Ball hit to center by Core Jackson. Keep an eye, though, at second base. Did he leave early? Don't know from there, from that angle. See, there's another angle. This might actually help out right there. So keep an eye right when does he leave? Yeah, he leaves right after the ball is caught by Chase Rodriguez. So it should be a quick review if that's what they're looking at. As we continue on looking at the replay, Utah 11 runs on 16 hits. Utah Tech 3 runs on 4 hits, but 3 costly errors in this one. And you look at Utah, the way that they were able to respond. Utah Tech scored 2 runs in the first. They were getting things rolling. And then the Utes were able to score 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning rather. Things settled down as they're going to say safe. Well, it didn't have to take that long to figure that one out. Trying to keep his arm going is Chase Carroll, so he'll throw a couple of warm-up pitches from the mound. 2 outs with 2 on. Runners on the corners. That brings up Kai Roberts. So Roberts will step in. Hit it from the left side, and here we go. When starting to blow a little bit off to right, starting to pick up a little bit, see some of the flag poles. So the flags start to move a bit. Roberts with 7 home runs this year. Is this the first one foul? Roberts so far today, a fantastic game by that young man. He's come around to score in 3 of his 4 plate appearances. Utes looking to go up by double digits. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. When you look back at the last 2 series for Utah, lost the series against Oregon and then lost a crucial home series against Arizona. They were able to get 1 win out of both series, but not able to go and get any more. And that's been one of the things that Coach Henderson, one of the reasons why this game is so important for him and what he sees in this game. He knows that his team has been scuffling just a little bit. Lost 3 of their last 4 and said, hey, look, if we could go and get this game, just get some positive momentum, have our bats wake up a little bit more, it'll do nothing but pay dividends as we go on the road. The 1-2. No, 2-2. Shadow creeping in the infield. Makes it very difficult for batters to go from the sun to pretty much shadow. Could be tough to pick up the ball. And it happens right there as Kai Roberts strikes out with 2 guys on, and that will retire the side. Utah up by 8 as we go to the 8th. What a fantastic day by Peyton Riskey. He was on fire all day today. 5 innings pitched, gave up only 2 hits, 1 run. That was earned, but I mean, he gave up 1 walk too and struck out 5 batters. Career high in innings pitched. He is our Rollins Player of the Game, and that young man earned it with a fantastic outing on the mound. Just made it tough for Utah Tech to get anything going, and he even had his own putout as he was able to go and catch that fly out there. Great job today by Peyton Riskey, and that's the type of performance that you like to see from a freshman. Great job by that young man. So now it brings up Michael Ashman. This will be his 22nd appearance of the year, 1-2 record, 2.28 ERA, 23 innings pitched, has only walked 3 batters, but he has struck out 22, and opponents are only hitting .214 against him, has 11 saves this season. A tough guy to be able to go and pick up, and also a guy to be able to hit off of. Had a chance to talk to Coach Henderson just about what he likes from him, and he says, look, you have to have a certain attitude in order to pitch on the mound and to shut down games. And up 8, you're seeing Ashman being able to get a little bit of work in the midweek. And the righty with a first pitch right, or the lefty with the first pitch in for strike 1.
Come on, Mike, come on.
So Ashman with the next pitch, and he's not missing. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Top of the order for the Trailblazers, Kyle McDaniel, 1 for 2 today. Walked in the first, came around to score. He's going to walk his way back to the dugout after that strikeout. 3 pitches, 1 out. Ashman with another strikeout, and that's nothing but gas. Makes it hard to pick that up. And you can see just a defensive swing. Not much you could do right there. So at 1 down, that brings up actually a pinch hitter. Is going to bring up Jack Walker. And Walker was swing and miss at the first offering. So Hunter Kashke is done for the day. Walker, as you see with his batting average at .224, 4 home runs this year, does have 13 RBIs. Walker, a senior, outfielder, swings and misses on the next offering too. 0-2. But again, when you look at Micah Ashman's mindset, Coach Henderson says he just enjoys the moment and he enjoys competition. And that one's going to be 2 hopper, goes foul, third base side. And you're going to see why. Just anytime you have a guy who just enjoys the moment, enjoys the competition, even when it's just it's an 8-point spread right now. Still a young man who understands, hey, I'm not just pitching for today. But maybe when we're in Los Angeles this weekend, that's a fastball that's upstairs, and it goes to 1-2. Be another pitch hitter on deck after this one. The 1-2. Strong, gone and missed. And Jack Walker will go down, the second strikeout of the inning. Just another fastball. Easy gas, we call it. And you just have that defensive swing where you're not able to catch up to that one. And that'll be 2 outs. So with 2 down, that brings up Brennan. And Brennan hoping to go and get a base hit in this one. And he'll look at a first pitch strike. Brennan Studi. Junior from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Fastball high and outside. Studi also comes to Utah Tech from Meridian Community College. But you saw there earlier, has done pretty well against Pac-12 pitching this year, 4 of 11 this season. Studi takes a look at the next one, fouls that to the screen. The final home game of the year for Utah at Smith's Ballpark. Then they'll go on the road for the last 3 and head to Scottsdale for the Pac-12 tournament. The 1-2, fouled away. The count remains the same. Well, you look at this game for Utah, didn't start off too well. Starting pitcher Jaden Harris really struggled in the first inning. Gave up 2 walks, 2 runs. But the pitching has been able to settle in from there, as it'll be 3 up, 3 down, all 3 strikeouts as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Utah in control. Well, we've been talking about it, and the Utah Utes will be all in it. That's the Pac-12 tournament, begins on May 21st, goes all the way to the 25th. We'll be at Scottsdale Stadium. 9 teams competing, 3 teams per pool, round-robin play for the first 3 days of the tournament. And then the championship game will be on May 25th. It's going to be fantastic, and we'll bring in the pool and also the semifinals right here to you on the Pac-12 Network. Brand new pitcher that we have on the mound for Utah Tech, that will be Ben Clark. Ben Clark, this will be his 12th appearance this season. On 1 record, 18.36 ERA, 8 1/3 innings pitched, has struck out 10, but has given up 7 walks, and opponents are hitting .421 against him. But really going to be exciting to see the Pac-12 tournament. You have so many great teams. Actually, track and field happened in Boulder, Colorado this past weekend. So also just to be able to see so many great teams being able to show their stuff. And it will happen in a couple of weeks in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hopefully we could be able to have you there in person. If not, we'll bring you all the deets right here on the Pac-12 Network. 11-3 is our score. Dakota Duffalo is in. He'll come in for Drake DiGiorno. Hitting from the right side, looks at that one, that's inside. Counts at 3-0. Inning today for Drake DiGiorno, and DiGiorno came around to score 3 times, 2 singles. Duffalo looks at that one, that'll be a strike right down the middle.